What's up, guys? Vendetta here. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite weapons in the beta, because it's not the full release game, so there's going to be more, and I can't wait to see those weapons and stuff. I might be doing a part 2 or a second one to this just to like when the full game drops, but for now I wanted to talk about just the ones I enjoyed through the beta and what I liked about them. So we're gonna get right into that. And before we do, I just want to say that if we can just reach 2,000 subs, that'd be great. So just try to subscribe if you haven't already, and try to leave a like if you enjoyed. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah. Starting off with the Winchester 1897. This shotgun, especially with the flame rounds, is a massacre of a weapon. I mean, this thing can clean house. If you're in close range of this weapon and you're on the enemy team, you need to do a 180-degree turn and run the fuck back. This weapon is obviously a showstopper. This thing shuts shit down. If you got somebody with a flamethrower, you can go up behind them, flank them, boom, they're done. You can do literally anything. Or if there's a flamethrower and they're coming at you face to face, at least you have a chance to actually take them out with you. Because this shotgun really does have a firepower ridiculously large. Honestly, some people may even call it OP, but for it being a shotgun, I feel like it's very fitting, and I don't really have complaints much, but more celebration for it, because I feel like, this weapon is definitely addictive to play with and annoying to deal with. So I feel for those that play with it and stuff, because I'll admit I'm not the best with it all the times. There is people that I've played with in lobbies that have definitely gotten me quicker than I've gotten to them. Does it piss me off? Yes. Do I want them to really, do something with the weapon? No, I feel like they should leave it how it is. I feel like the shotgun's not broken. I feel like it feels like a really fun weapon to use. And when you start messing with all the fun weapons to use, you start killing off the game right there and then. So no, the gun is fine. The shotgun is definitely one of my favorites. It will be probably at launch too if they leave it be, because it's a finisher. Oh yes, it's a definite finisher, and I love using it when there's a bunch of squatters in a building just camping, like pitching a tent and fucking up everything for everyone else's fun. So yeah, I definitely think they should keep the gun how it is and don't mess with it. I think, this weapon, have nothing negative to say about it. Now, another close range weapon. I mean, you can kill from a good distance, but it'd have to be a certain distance. It's very limited, but the Wafa 28 comes in at number 3 on the list because it's really good, not for stopping power, but just for spraying down an enemy team. Like, let's say there's 2 guys and you're outnumbered. The shotgun, you have to shoot and pump and shoot. Well, this is more for quick play. You gotta be fast on your foot. You gotta be very wary of your surroundings. This is good for, if you got good sensitivity, you can do a good circle and just spray down anybody and anything near you. This gun is definitely stopping power, but depends on the range, like I said, and you also got to have that sensitivity and everything right up to par, because this gun is all about speed. It's always about the reaction time. The Wafa 28 is a really good submachine gun. I love that it reloads fast enough for me and that it works great on the battlefield. And just a plus is that in this game, you can switch off and on the suppressor. So that's just kind of like a bonus to me, because if I want to go in without getting any all the team's attention, I can kind of infiltrate and kind of flank. Or if I want to turn it off and just go guns blazing and do heavy damage, I can just go in there and make it rain bullets. And honestly, I love the gun just because of that main reason. Is because it's a very optional type of weapon. It's still fast paced no matter what, but I also still like and highly support the suppressor on it, because sometimes when you're shooting, you don't want to draw too much attention. Let's say there's 2 or 3 of them, you're behind them, you spray one down, the other 2 could turn around. You may take out 1 or 2 of them, but it's a high chance likely that you'll die if you take on 3 at once. But if it's silenced and you take 1 out, you can easily take the rest out if they're not paying attention and they're focused on your other teammates. So, not saying that using your other teammates for bait is okay, but it's a very logical tactic that, is good for flanking in general if you're into that type of gameplay style. If you like going behind the enemy, getting cheap shots like me. Oh, and by the way, if you have anything to say about me pronouncing it wrong, Wafa is how you pronounce it, just so you know. But let's go to the next one. Okay, so another good gun I would say is the M1 Garand. The M1 Garand is a very deadly weapon. It's just like the Wafa 28 though. There is a certain range to it. I know I just called it a rifle, but this is still World War II, and this is not a sniper rifle. This is not like the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth was good at really long range. Even though this is a rifle, there's still a certain range cap on it that is still like not up to par with the Commonwealth. But it's still a good rifle because it's a really good powerful weapon. I mean, it's not weak at all. I love the kick that it gives. It gives just enough kick, and the reload speed is not that bad on it. If you guys are nervous that the reloading is going to be terrible, it's really not. Like, look right there, you see, it's really quick. You just pop it out, pop it back in. You know, it reloads very fluently, and the gameplay that you'll have with this, if you're trying to get like quad feed or like get a whole team kill, this is definitely good for it because you just got to have a fast trigger finger. It's really fun to use too. I mean, something about the rifle is just so sexy. And when I say sexy, that means it's really good, because I only use that word for weapons or things in games that I really like, you know, like May. Anyways, this gun is good for ranged weapon fighting, and no, there's no bayonet on it. I hope that they add that, because I think it'd be cool to add a bayonet to that rifle. I think there was at some point in World War II, so I think they should add it. I know that the STG does, but the M1 Garand, I think, if I recall right, in World War II did have a bayonet, and I think it'd be more helpful because the rifle is fun to use. It's just that in close quarters, sometimes if you're caught off guard, I've had a habit of using the stock of my gun to hit people, and it's funny because it only takes 2 whacks of the stock of the gun to really, the butt of it, to really kill someone. It's kind of entertaining because if you ever kill someone with the rifle, with a melee, it's hilarious. But the M1 Garand is deadly because I like the damage that it gives with the range. I think it does a little bit better damage than the Wafa 28 by like a point or 2. I think the Wafa only does like a 5 or 6, while this does about a 8 or 7. And yeah, it's just a little bit ahead. But the M1 Garand is good because sometimes, you know, if you like, you know, not so much of a kick with the spraying of the Wafa 28, then it's good to have this, because this is just like sometimes a one-shot kill if you get a good headshot. If you do a body shot, like anywhere in the chest area, it takes 2 rounds out of the full 8 bullet clip to just finish somebody and stop them in their tracks. So the gun's still fucking OP'd, and it's amazing, and I recommend it to anybody that's going to be picking up World War II. The M1 Garand is not trash, guys. Great gun, worth the try. And for the final weapon, we have the STG44. The STG is a deadly weapon at close or distance range, because if you double tap, like, or if you just tap the trigger repeatedly, well, for PlayStation, I'll say it's R2. I can't speak for PC or Xbox, but if Xbox you have R2, obviously, then you know that you can go farther distance with the rounds, because when you double tap the trigger, you connect with people's body, chest, or head, upper body parts easier than if you're just spraying, because if you hold the trigger, your bullets spread out more the farther away the enemy is. But if you double tap, the bullets actually go straight at the target. Like, let's say you're across from this barn at that other building, and I look out the window. If I shoot you from over there spraying, it may miss you a lot, but if I double tap and keep tapping the trigger, most likely I'll keep spraying rounds just straight hitting your body, and it'll hit right on target. That's what I love about this weapon, is the damage from a distance or up close doesn't change. As long as you connect with the body, the target will take the same amount of damage. This weapon is a fucking beast. Not to mention, this is the weapon with the bayonet that I mentioned earlier for the M1 Garand that I wish it had. Hopefully they add that, because this gun is so fucking amazing. Like, this gun, this is a camper's dream right here, because you don't want no one just rushing in there with a flamethrower or anything. You want to be able to stab them and then drop them, or you want to be able to just spray them down and drop them before they can reach you. This gun is definitely stopping power, great for camping, great for running around and spraying. The distance on the blade, by the way, if someone's like a foot or two away from you, you can still charge. If you're charging at them, what you do is you sprint, and as you're sprinting, you tap the right analog stick, and then it'll go for a melee jab, and he'll just charge, and you can actually kill someone by a foot or two away. And the range on it is not that bad at all. The weapon is very, very overpowered. Like, honestly, even as a person that plays with the weapon, just like the Winchester, it's one of those weapons that you'll love to use, but you'll hate to face against, because it's definitely it's a murderous rampage with this weapon. I've gotten pretty good KD and almost played the game with it at one point. My best game, I think, with it was 23-3, and yeah, the worst game I've had with it was about 12-8, and that was because I was versing a really good team. This gun is definitely really good, guys. You'd be insane to really hate this weapon. To be honest with you, I think anyone can agree this weapon's great, because it's the only one that I think has a bayonet. Yeah, for now though, we don't know. That could be an attachment for other weapons like the M1, I'm hoping, when the game releases fully. But yeah, this is definitely my feedback for some of these weapons. So Sledgehammer, if you watch this, definitely this gun doesn't need no rework or nothing. This gun is amazing, and it's definitely one of the best attributes of the beta is having this weapon on there. Because one thing about Call of Duty is you always gotta have good weapons, and this is a great fucking weapon to use. First off, if you want to get good at the game, this gun takes not really much skill, but at the same time it does. I mean, you just gotta time your attacks right and just know what you're doing. This gun is good for rushing. I'm sorry, I keep saying game. This gun is good for rushing. It's good for camping. It's good for anything. So if you're a camper, even though I don't like you, yes, this weapon is good for you. If you're a guy that likes to rush around the map like I do, then yes, you'd love this weapon as well. This weapon is so good. The damage won't let you down either. So yes, this one is my #1 pick for anybody starting out in World War II. Highly recommend this. It's for the infantry class, just so you guys are all aware. But you can change it around if you want, because you do get custom classes. I know Sledgehammer said there wouldn't be, but there is actual custom classes, so nobody panic. This is not for if you have to be this and you have to be that. No, you can actually change around weapons, and this could be for airborne, and you know, the Wafa 28 could be for the sniper class. Alright guys, well, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Those are the weapons that I loved. I did like most of all of them anyway, but those are just the some that I really used throughout the entire few days that it was out. And those are the ones that I will probably use if they don't add any more that I may like. Those will be the ones I will definitely be using for weekend 2 of the beta. The weekend 2 will begin the 1st of September and end on the 4th of September. I will be looking forward to that. Are you guys getting it at all? Because I don't think you should miss out on this. I think this is probably going to be the biggest game of this year so far once it drops in November. I honestly have high hopes for it. You can already tell by the tone of my voice and what I've said. So yeah, if we can just you know, get a like and a sub on this, that'd be great. And I didn't mention this in the beginning of the video, but if we can just, you know, if you're new or old to the channel, doesn't matter, can you sub, like, and also hit that bell icon? Yeah, it's just right there. Yeah, when you hit that, you'll be notified of whenever I upload videos like this or streams like this, you know. I stream, record, and you'll know all about it before anyone else if you get notified. So just hit that bell. It doesn't hurt no one. And I barely upload anyway, so I won't be getting in the way of your time. You know, I won't be spamming you. So yeah, definitely hit that bell for me, guys. And if we can reach 2,000 subs soon, that'd be great. So don't forget, if you're new, sub. If you're new or old, hit the notification if you haven't already, because the notification bell really helps me and helps you out if you want to see more great content from me and this channel and help it grow. Anyways, guys, that's all I gotta say for now. Hope you enjoyed. XO out.